The oldest known religion is believed to be shamanism, which dates back thousands of years. Shamanism is a spiritual practice that involves a practitioner, known as a shaman, who communicates with the spiritual world and acts as an intermediary between humans and the spirit realm. The exact origins of shamanism are difficult to pinpoint as it predates written records. However, based on archaeological findings, some researchers believe that shamanistic practices may date back at least 40,000 years or more. Shamanism likely began with early hunter-gatherer societies, where individuals experienced altered states of consciousness through various means such as rhythmic dancing, repetitive chanting, or the use of psychotropic plants. These altered states allowed them to have spiritual experiences and connect with the spirit world. The role of the shaman, as a mediator between the human and spirit realms, may have developed as a response to the challenges faced by early societies. Shamans would use their abilities to communicate with spirits, seek guidance, and perform healing rituals for individuals and the community. Over time, shamanism evolved and spread across different cultures and regions, incorporating local beliefs and practices. It is important to note that shamanism took various forms depending on the specific cultural context and geographical location, resulting in a diverse array of shamanic traditions around the world. Both shamanism and animism predate the advent of Christianity. They existed in various forms and cultures long before the emergence of organized religions like Christianity. Shamanism, as mentioned earlier, is believed to have originated in prehistoric times, possibly during the Paleolithic era, which predates the birth of Christ by tens of thousands of years. It continued to evolve and be practiced in different cultures throughout history. Similarly, animism is a belief system deeply rooted in the cultural and spiritual traditions of indigenous peoples. While there are variations, some common elements and beliefs associated with shamanism include spirits and the spirit world. Shamans believe in the existence of spirits, including ancestral spirits, nature spirits, and spirits associated with animals, plants, and natural elements. They believe that these spirits can influence and interact with the human world. Shamanic journeying. Shamans often enter altered states of consciousness through techniques such as drumming, chanting, or dancing. In these states, they embark on journeys to the spirit world to communicate with spirits, seek guidance, and retrieve lost souls. Healing and medicine. Shamans are known for their healing abilities. They use various techniques such as herbal medicine, energy work, rituals, and ceremonies to restore balance and harmony to individuals, communities, and the natural world. Divination and prophecy. Shamans are often consulted for their ability to foresee the future, provide guidance, and interpret signs and omens. They may use tools such as bones, stones, cards, or other symbolic objects for divination purposes. Rituals and ceremonies. Shamanic practices often involve rituals and ceremonies to connect with the spiritual realm, honor the spirits, and mark important life events such as birth, initiation, marriage, and death. Ecological awareness. Shamans often have a deep connection and reverence for the natural world. They view nature as a sacred and interconnected web of life and emphasize the importance of maintaining harmony and balance between humans and the environment. It's important to note that shamanism is diverse, and practices can vary significantly between different indigenous cultures and regions. The specific beliefs and practices of shamanism can only be accurately understood within the context of a particular cultural tradition. One religion that shares some similarities with shamanism is animism, as mentioned previously. Animism is not a single organized religion but rather a belief system that is found in various indigenous cultures around the world. It is characterized by the belief that all things, including animals, plants, rocks, rivers, and even inanimate objects, possess a spiritual essence or soul. Like shamanism, animism acknowledges the presence of spirits and emphasizes the interconnectedness of all beings. Animistic beliefs often involve rituals, ceremonies, and offerings to honor and communicate with these spirits. Animists also believe in the existence of ancestral spirits and the importance of maintaining harmony and balance with the natural world. While shamanism often involves the role of a shaman as a practitioner who interacts with spirits on behalf of the community, animism encompasses a broader belief system that can be practiced by individuals or shared within a community without a specific shamanic figure. While specific practices and beliefs can vary, here are some common elements associated with animism. Sacredness of nature. Animists believe that all elements of nature, including plants, animals, rivers, mountains, and natural phenomena, have spiritual essence or souls. They view the natural world as interconnected and imbued with sacredness. Spirits and ancestors. Animists believe in the existence of spirits that inhabit natural objects and phenomena. These spirits can include ancestral spirits, nature spirits, and spirits associated with specific places or animals. Animists may communicate with these spirits, seek their guidance, and offer them respect and offerings. Rituals and ceremonies. Animistic practices often involve rituals and ceremonies to honor and connect with the spiritual realm. These rituals may include offerings, prayers, dances, chants, and other forms of symbolic actions performed to maintain harmony with the spirits and the natural world. Relationship with ancestors. Ancestors hold a significant place in animistic beliefs. Animists believe that the spirits of their ancestors continue to exist and can influence the lives of their descendants. Balance and harmony. Animism emphasizes the importance of maintaining balance and harmony between humans, spirits, and nature. This involves respecting the natural environment, practicing sustainable and harmonious interactions with animals and plants, and seeking to live in harmony with the spiritual world. Divination and spiritual guidance. Animists may employ divination techniques to seek insights and guidance from the spiritual realm. This can involve interpreting signs, omens, or using specific objects or practices for divinatory purposes. The specific practices and beliefs of animism can vary significantly between different indigenous groups, reflecting their unique cultural traditions, geographical context, and historical backgrounds. Here are some additional common practices and beliefs associated with shamanism and animism. Shamanism. Spirit communication. Shamans often engage in spirit communication, connecting with spirits through altered states of consciousness, such as trance, to seek guidance, healing, and wisdom from the spirit realm. Soul retrieval. Shamanic practitioners believe that illness and imbalance can result from the loss of a person's soul or vital energy. Power animal and spirit guides. Shamans often work with power animals or spirit guides, which are spiritual entities or animal embodiments that assist and provide guidance to the shaman in their spiritual journey and healing work. Ceremonial drumming and chanting. Drumming and chanting are common shamanic practices used to induce altered states of consciousness, connect with the spirit world, and facilitate healing and transformation. Ritualistic healing. Shamans employ various rituals and techniques, including energy healing, herbal medicine, smudging, and symbolic gestures, to restore balance and harmony to individuals, communities, and the natural world. Animism. Spirit and ancestor veneration. Animistic beliefs often involve the reverence and veneration of spirits and ancestors. Offerings, prayers, and rituals are performed to honor and seek blessings from these spiritual beings. Nature worship. Animists regard the natural world as sacred and believe in the presence of spirits in elements such as trees, mountains, rivers, and animals. Sacred sites and ritual spaces. Certain locations or sites are considered sacred in animistic traditions. Divination and oracles. Animistic practices may involve divination techniques to gain insights and guidance from the spiritual realm. Communal rituals and celebrations. Animistic cultures often engage in communal rituals and celebrations to mark important life events, seasonal changes, and agricultural cycles. It's important to note that the practices and beliefs within shamanism and animism can vary significantly among different cultures and regions. Here are some examples of cultures and regions where shamanism and animism have been historically practiced. Shamanism. Indigenous Siberian peoples. Various indigenous groups in Siberia, such as the Evenks, Yakuts, and Tuvans, have rich shamanic traditions that involve spirit communication, healing rituals, and ceremonies. Native American tribes. Many Native American tribes, such as the Navajo, Lakota, and Ojibwe, have practiced shamanic traditions, often referred to as medicine men or medicine women, involving spiritual healing, vision quests, and communication with spirits. Mongolian shamanism. Mongolian shamanism, also known as Tengarism, is deeply ingrained in Mongolian culture and involves shamanic rituals, spirit invocation, and practices related to ancestral spirits and nature spirits. Korean shamanism, known as Muism or Sinism, has a long history in Korea and encompasses rituals, spirit possession, and divination practices performed by shamans, known as mudang. Indigenous Australian Aboriginal Dreamtime. Aboriginal cultures in Australia have diverse spiritual beliefs and practices, including a connection to the Dreamtime, a spiritual concept that encompasses creation stories, ancestral beings, and the interplay between the spiritual and physical realms. Animism. African traditional religions. Many African cultures embrace animistic beliefs, where spirits are believed to dwell in natural elements. Indigenous peoples of the Americas. Numerous indigenous cultures in the Americas, including the Inuit of the Arctic, the Mapuche of South America, and various tribes of the Amazon rainforest, have animistic beliefs ingrained in their spiritual traditions. Indigenous Ainu of Japan. The Ainu people of Japan have traditionally practiced animism, with a deep reverence for natural objects and spirits associated with mountains, rivers, animals, and ancestral beings. Indigenous Celtic spirituality. Ancient Celtic cultures in Europe, prior to Christian influence, held animistic beliefs, connecting with spirits in nature, such as the spirits of trees, lakes, and sacred sites. Indigenous Maori of New Zealand. The Maori people of New Zealand have a spiritual worldview rooted in animism, known as Maori spirituality or Maori cosmology, involving a deep connection to nature, ancestors, and spiritual forces. These examples illustrate the diversity and widespread nature of shamanism and animism throughout different regions and cultures across the globe.